Right, now you may be wondering to yourself, my Killfoot, what makes this so impressive? I mean, look at this guy, he can beat the game in under 7 minutes. Well, for reference, the quickest time I've ever beaten the game is 315 days. Well, okay, but if it's any consolation, I mean, at least RecRap only beat the game in 520 days on 100x speed. Yeah, I'll admit, there's some improvement I can do. But first, I wanted to try a couple runs to see how quickly I could actually beat the game, just to get a little bit of a baseline, and thus, beginning. What? Oh, come on, now this is just absurd. Hold up, no. No! Oh man. Oh, man. No? Oh, okay. You see, these may look like pretty pathetic attempts, and that's because they are. But the reason being is because I'm not used to this style of gameplay. And see, what I usually do is I'd carefully go into a cave, and then spend around 200 days getting a villager set up and a home and all that good stuff, then enchanting my armor, and carefully going into the nether, and then carefully going to the end, in which I would then beat the game. So, I got to searching. Alright, after watching this very helpful tutorial by I don't know, this guy, I believe that I'm ready to make a speedrun. So, let me explain to you. Also, go check out his channel, by the way. He makes really good stuff. Believe it or not, this all actually begins before the world even starts, because there's a few settings that we need to turn on. Firstly, of course, the show dates played. Secondly, show coordinates. You're going to see why later. Thirdly, we're going to turn off recipe unlocking, because it's just pretty convenient. And fourthly, well, there is no fourthly. You see, in the video, he recommends turning it on easy mode, but here's the thing. Easy mode is for smart people, and we're going hard. So, eh, funny story, the video that I have of these games, the file actually corrupted, so, unfortunately, you can't see them, but trust me, they went very well. Oh! Oh crap. Ah, so you've caught on to my lie. You see, apparently, it takes a little bit more than just one YouTube video to be good at something. Which means that, unfortunately, I'm gonna need to start. So, I've broken this up into 3 categories that I want to practice. Number 1, the overworld. Number 2, the nether. And number 3, the end. Now, from the overworld, there's 2 things that we need. Number 1, a village. We need this for its iron, its food, and its wood. Number 2, we need a ruined nether portal. If we combine with water, we can use the already pre-existing lava to make a nether portal to thus go into the nether. Now, we also need a couple things from the nether. Number 1, we need another fortress. This gives us blazes. Blazes turn into blaze powder, and blaze powder turns into eyes of ender. But this won't just make eyes of ender, no. We also need ender pearls, and we get ender pearls from ender men. So, But we also need the warped forest, because these guys commonly spawn these guys. And then, last but not least, the end. Now, the End has a very particular strategy for beating the Ender Dragon, so I'm going to explain that to y'all when I'm practicing it. Now, some of y'all may be wondering, my Killfoot, why would you need to practice the overworld? Well, first off, not getting decked by an iron golem would help in my speedrun. Alright, let's get to it. So our first step, as I mentioned earlier, is to find a village. Am I seriously not gonna find a village? Hey, village! Let's go. No! That's fine, that's fine. I can still redeem this. I can still redeem this. Come on. Go, go, go. Go, go, go! I believe in the dream. I believe in the dream. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Grow wings and fly away. Alright. I found my stuff. Let's go. Alright. Oh, wait, what's that up there? Yes! Ruin portal! The run is alive! Yes! Alright, now let's see if I remember how to. Whoa, that's weird. Alright, now let's see if I remember how to make the portal. I know that 2 blocks go here, and then I need to go like a backwards L. Then I think there. No, no! Bang, 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 bang. Ah, man. No. Ah, no. Alright, let's try this again. 3. Yes! I got it! Eh. Yo, that's another portal. Alright, now I just need to put this new effect. Let's go. Alright. Room portal, hey! So I need to place it here. Then water. Alright, good, good, good. Pick back up the water. Rake that. Alright, now is it here or here? No! Nope, I'm quitting. Oh my goodness, I had everything. It was all perfect, and then I threw it like a ball. Well, you know what? Now that I think about it, maybe it's not over. Maybe there's a second room portal. Oh, I need a little lava. Lava? Anything? No? Oh, I guess I'm gonna continue searching. Oh my goodness, I didn't get enough beds. Ah! Alright, well, after that experience, I've learned a couple things. Firstly, I learned how to build another portal. Secondly, I learned to always remember to get 3 beds. And thirdly, I've learned that I think that I got it down and that it's time to move on to the Nether. Da da da. Now, the Nether is a whole different beast. We need to be concerned with both the Nether Fortress and the Enderman. And it doesn't help that everything wants to kill you here. Now, the ender pearls aren't that hard, with one very simple contraption. All you gotta do is pillar up around 3 blocks. We'll break this block, place a button there, pillar up again, break that block, build out, up one, break these corners, build up this much for protection, and then, last but not least, you gotta place your boats. Now all you need to do is stare at some Endermen. They go into the boat, and then one of two things happens. They either suffocate or they don't, and you need to get some lava on them. So this isn't the best area to do it, because yes, it is a warped forest. It still is very hilly, and there isn't much area here. So this will work even better if you get a good area. But alas, not everything can be that simple, because we also have the nether fortresses. Not only are these things difficult to find, but these things are also impossible to deal with. Observe. But I need to try and succeed, mind you, at doing both. This is gonna be a long day.
Smooth transition.
Now, I was actually doing pretty well. I found a village, I found a conveniently located lava pool, and even managed to enter the nether. And then, after an albeit long amount of time, I found another fortress. And that's when things went haywire. No! No! Now, the reason why I died there is because I didn't understand how the blaze mechanics work. You see, if you place 2 blocks in front of a blaze, then it'll stop flying at you and come down to do a melee attack. So, let me demonstrate what happens if you do it the smart way. It's as easy as that. But, there is one more little tidbit that would have made this a whole lot easier, that I'm going to explain to you now through my artistic ability. So do you remember when in school when you were learning about graphs and all that stuff, and how you learned that there was 4 quadrants? The first one was positive positive, second one was negative positive, third negative negative, and then fourth positive negative. Well, this same concept affects your coordinates. Here's the thing, only one structure can spawn in one of these 4 quadrants. So, if there's a fortress in this one, then there can't be a bastion in this one. And vice versa. If there's a bastion in this one, then there can't be a fortress. So, armed with this knowledge, I got to work. And after a few failed attempts, I got this run. Now, it wasn't very unique. I didn't spawn next to a village, didn't spawn right next to a ruined nether portal, or anything like that. Just in a snowy hill biome. And yet, this run would be the greatest turning point in this challenge. Things were going amazing. I got my underpearls. I got my blaze rods. I made it back home. I threw my underpearls. And then, disaster struck. I couldn't find the stronghold. But, after digging for a while, I then found it. But then, disaster struck again. I couldn't find the portal room. And then, after 2 days of searching, I had found it. And then, unfortunately, I didn't have enough eyes to complete the portal. If I hadn't been using those Eyes of Ender to try to find the stronghold, then I could have had enough to fill the portal and then beat the game. Now, there was 2 ways I could have looked at this. I could have looked at this as, this is defeating, I should give up. Or, I could have looked at it the way that I did, which is, you know what, no matter how poor the circumstances are, no matter what the game throws my way, as long as I'm prepared, I can do this. And so I got right back to it. But even if I had enough eyes, what was I gonna do once I got to the end? So do you remember this guy from earlier? Well, he made a very convenient downloadable map that I'm playing in right here that lets you practice the end. So, let me explain it to you. Alright, so let me go over what I need to practice. Firstly, I need to throw a projectile in between the dragon's head and its neck. You see, this causes a glitch, which causes it to take a lot more damage. And then next, I have to hit it 6 times with an iron pickaxe. And then, I need to place a bed, some obsidian, and break this block here. Next, I need to pillar up at around here. You're going to see that I'm trying to be very specific with my block placement, but you don't really have to. And I'm going to place lava here as to stop the dragon from moving. And then, I'm going to jump down, try crouching to land on the bed, and then fail. And then blow up my beds like this as to defeat the dragon. And then I'm going to do my little victory dance. Now, these next few games weren't anything special, so I'm just gonna skip right over them for your sake. They were just a bunch of practice. Alright, my goal is to hit 3 of these in a row, and then I'm gonna move up to doing it without this piece of obsidian. Hey. One, two, three. Hey. That's 2. Yes! That's 3! Now, you may be wondering, my Kufa, how do you do it without the obsidian? Well, that's a pretty good question. Okay, so this is what I've gathered. You first need to run up, hit it with a snowball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next, place your bed. Break your block. Bridge up 14. Lava. Crouch. No! Don't worry though, my next runs went much better. No. Oh! No! No! I was that close! No! Oh! No! Look at that! Oh, if I had just placed it here. Hold on, now I'm determined. I gotta do this. No! No! Oh! Dang it. Alright, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna do that. That is way out of my pay grade. You see, I've realized that in 10 days, I have enough time to simply just mine down and get some more iron for a second bucket to make that piece of obsidian. So, yeah, I'm just gonna do that. So, having learned all this knowledge about speedrunning, I got to work. And after dozens of hours of work, after so much recording space had been taken up, the stars finally aligned, and I got this run. Alright, I think that this is the village. I think that this is going to be it. So, after going to this village, I had thrown my eyes of Ender, dug down, and after a while, managed to find the stronghold. Oh, that's it. But then some flashbacks came to me. I mean, what if the same thing that happened to me the last time I got to the stronghold happened to me this time? But I couldn't focus on that, and I just had to focus on trying to find the portal room. And then, I did it. Oh my goodness, not only have I found it, but it also has 3 eyes! Yo! Hey! Hey! Right, let's do this. Are you kidding me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I did it! I did it! I did it! Oh, I actually did it! Oh my goodness, I got it! I got it! I got it on camera too, with my voice and I got it! Oh, I have been playing this game for like 7 years and I've yet to do that. Oh, I'm currently walking around right now, so the audio may sound odd. Oh, I got it! Yes! Yes!